know your rights. It's time now for Legal Point. Now your host, Carrie Kasem.
Now, you've written many books, and the one sitting in front of you right now is the one, it came out in 2015. What you really need to know for the second half of life. Once again, you've put together a team of lawyers that have all kind of written a chapter. Or is this the one that you wrote yourself?
Oh, no. We definitely went out and got attorneys from around
Everybody
the nation.
Came together, right?
Yeah.
How did that process work? Was it like, I know this person, they'd be perfect to write a chapter there, or I know this person, they'd be perfect. How did you all get together? These kind of like these super attorneys that came together to write these books. How did you find everybody, or did they find you?
Well, really, some of it is that they found me. We really went out and decided what should this book be, and so it's different because it's really what do you need to know for the second half of life? Because we talk about retirement, we talk about getting older, but really this is the second half of life. If we think about if we're 40, 50 years old, there's so many years there, and how do we get ahead for that? And I really took the lead of saying, well, what should be included in this? What are the topics that are important? What do people need to know about? It's not just about powers of attorneys and nursing home care. It's about financial products. It's about Social Security. It's about knowing about all of those things. And then we went out to a group of attorneys that we know well, and we asked them what they would be able to do. And they submitted chapters and proposals. And we went through quite an editing process.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
And we ended up with really just a fantastic book that anybody can use to really understand a little bit more about these types of things. And I would say to anybody out there that's looking for an elder law attorney, you want an attorney who's really, spends extra time trying to help people. So, the people in this book, these authors, they're by definition people that are going above and beyond. They're spending extra time to make sure that people out there can understand all of the issues that come with the aging process and how to plan ahead and how to protect people. And so it's really, really important. And so the authors are all leaders in their states and well thought of. And for anybody who's listening, if you chose to go to any of them that are on the planningandprotecting.com website, you would be very well represented, I believe.
So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the book when we come back. We give that website out again because it's so very important. And some of the attorneys that have written that book, I've interviewed. So I know. I really like them. You've got a really great team. We got to take a quick break. I'm talking to elder law attorney Julie Steinbacher. I'm Carrie Kasem. This is Legal Point. When we come back, we'll be taking your phone calls as well. 8778-830-830. We'll be right back.
Know your rights. Now back to Legal Point with Carrie Kasem.
I'm Carrie Kasem. This is a show where it talks about what you need to do towards the end of your life, the retirement you need to set up, not only for your kids, your family members, but you and what you want to do, what's important to you, your will, your estate plans, how important it is to have a power of attorney, a powerful power of attorney. We have a powerful attorney right here in the studio, Julie Steinbacher. Thank you so much for all that you do, for your books, for educating people, for you speak about this all over the country. In fact, you'll be speaking in April right here in Orange County for the Kasem Cares Conference on Aging. Very excited to have you there as one of our speakers. If anybody wants to know more about that, and we have Julie and your biography up there, go to agingandeducation.com. Check out the speakers, agingandeducation.com. But let's talk about where to find your books, because they're so important. And a lot of people, this subject is I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know what to do first. This is too complicated. I'm going to leave it. And you don't do anything. And that's the most dangerous thing you can do. So let's talk a little bit about where people can get your books. And first of all, if they're just going to get one book right now, what would it be?
Well, I definitely would get What You Really Need to Know for the Second Half of Life. That's available on Amazon. So is the first book, Don't Write a Blank Check to the Nursing Home. I guess it would depend on really their age. If they're, later years, Don't Write a Blank Check to the Nursing Home is definitely written for them. If they're a little bit younger, 40s, 50s, 60s, definitely what you really need to know for the second half of life. Both of them are in the Protect Your Family series. And you can get on Amazon.com and order them. You also can get on planningandprotecting.com. That is a website that features the authors and other members of the group of attorneys that I coach across the nation in really helping to understand how do we answer these questions that everybody needs to know how to answer for their clients and in the later part of life.